Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. Due to YouTube's changing quote-unquote community standards, I created a channel called Grumpy Old Fart over on Rumble, a free speech alternative to YouTube. You can see all of my stuff over there, including my political and social commentary, as well as my current events videos. The links to my YouTube and Rumble channels, as well as links to let you order my books, are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video. Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a UFO sighting video, a UFO event video on the Trumbull County, Ohio event from 1994. This is one of the more credible events because of the number of law enforcement officers who were witnesses to this, as well as the plethora of civilian witnesses. On December 14th, 1994, just after midnight, 911 dispatchers all across the county were flooded with calls regarding strange and unfamiliar lights in the sky. Now, the calls reported low-flying, unidentified objects, quick-moving UFOs, and other strange lights. Initially, the dispatchers thought that they might be balloons or planes or even helicopters or whatever, but the reports quickly ruled those out. The dispatchers notified the patrol units who moved in to investigate. The first to reach the scene was 8-year police veteran Sergeant Toby Maloro. He was flagged down as he was approaching the area. He was flagged down by an elderly man with a dog who had said he had seen the lights, and he'd sent him south, down this other road here to the south after the lights. About a quarter mile down the road, Maloro's squad car cut out and died. He tried but failed to restart it. Then a bright light moved overhead and he got out of the vehicle to watch. It was a disc-shaped object at least the size of a football field. It made absolutely no sound. About 30 seconds later, the craft moved off and his car came back to life. So, of course, he jumped back in the car and sped off in pursuit. Now, realizing he could not keep up with it, because in the vehicle he has to stick to the roads and the vehicle's flying. It's kind of hard to do that. Realizing he could not keep up with it, he used the radio to call for help. More than a dozen cars answered, and the chase was on. They chased this thing all over the frickin' county. It went all over the place, back and forth, around, leading them on a merry chase. And they all saw it. They all witnessed it. It's on dash cams. I mean, it's crazy. Eventually, the craft crossed into Pennsylvania and then sped off at incredible speeds. It's almost like this thing was toying with them. All of the police officers were interviewed, and the stories all matched. Now, it's one thing to say a cop saw something. A police officer is also a human being. They can make mistakes. But when you have dozens of these police officers all saying the exact same thing, with dash cam footage and all that, I mean, come on. They contacted a local radar tower, but the radar operator said not only he did not pick up the craft on the radar, he also did not see it from the tower, which is strange because he has a great vantage point. He's up on the top of a tower. Now, the FAA towers also didn't pick it up either because they contacted the big boys, and the FAA they didn't see it either. Later on, a FOIA request was filed by one of the investigators, and he wanted to know the name of the local radar tower operator because he wanted to interview him. The FOIA request they wouldn't answer the FOIA request, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why they wouldn't. I mean, I can see them handing the name over, and then the guy goes to interview him, and the radar operator says, I don't want to be interviewed, I want nothing to do with it, then that's fine. But the government actually wouldn't give the guy's name on a Freedom of Information request. That's crazy. Anyway, this is one of the most credible UFO cases on record. You have over a dozen police witnesses as well as over 100 civilian witnesses, along with multiple camera and dash cam images. This thing is crazy. A sighting like that will make even the most skeptical police officer a believer. It's one thing to be told that Bigfoot exists. It's a whole other thing to see him yourself. You see what I'm saying? That just takes it to a whole new level. And I'm pretty sure that happened with a lot of these police officers. If anybody else knows anything else and wants to put it in the comments, I'm sure we'd all be glad to read them. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good day now. God bless one and all. Clarissa Lowe, a historian from the future. Delmore Kane, a Civil War veteran turned outlaw. This oddball pairing faces a conspiracy of epic proportions spanning the centuries. If you like action and adventure westerns with a splash of science fiction and fantasy, check out my book series Drifters and their ongoing adventures.